Imagine the feeling that you get when you're asked a somewhat tricky question by your interviewer and your mind gets completely blank as you did not understand the context or you don't have any clue about the subject. I can completely relate to the piercing feeling one goes through due to the awkward silence in the room in such cases. These are acute moments when you badly wish to disappear into thin air to avoid facing your interviewer. Hello friends, my name is Ankit. I'm your job interview coach and the author of the book One Stop Shop to help land your dream job in your count. Today in this video, I'm going to tell you what you must do if you go blank in your next job interview. So, if you fear facing this in your upcoming interview, then stay tuned as I've got some amazing tips for you. The first thing you need to keep in mind is that the flow of the interview should not break at any cost. You need to get this thing straight into your head that come what may, you're not going to give a puzzled expression to your interviewer. You've got to understand that it's not the correct answer, but your confidence which will get you the job. Well, I'm not saying that knowledge isn't important. Knowledge counts for sure, but attitude is what they all are looking for in you. Hence, the way you react to this situation is what is going to decide your fate in an interview. Tell yourself that it's completely okay not to know answers to one or two questions. But you just can't afford to show a confused expression on your face because of that. Get this thing straight in your head that hiring managers aren't really looking for perfectionists, so just relax and make peace with yourself. You don't really need to beat yourself up for this. If you get anxious, then your body may begin to react negatively, thereby leading to a raised heart rate. This will further make you feel uneasy, impatient, and reduce your concentration level, and in worst cases, this may temporarily retard your thought process too. Now let me share 5 tips which you can use when the interviewer asks a question to you for which you don't really have an answer for. Do not try to frame a false response as say something just for the sake of it. If the interviewer is asking the question to you, then they probably know the right answer to it too. If you try to beat around the bush, it will only frustrate your interviewer even more. And the moment the interviewer gets a feeling that you are trying to fake it, they start grilling you even more. It could be the case that you haven't really understood the question correctly. Hence, don't feel shy from asking your interviewer to repeat the question for you or to provide you with more context for clarity. You can simply do so by saying, "Pardon me for asking, but I don't think that I've understood the question correctly. Can I request you to rephrase that for me?" Trust me, there's no harm in doing so, and your interviewer would not really mind it. You must have heard the old saying that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Well, I will say that this theory applies in a job interview scenario too. If your interviewer asks a question to you to which you don't really have a complete answer for, then let your interviewer know about this by saying something like, "I have briefly read about it somewhere, but I don't think that I have the complete answer to this. So, let me share with you the little knowledge I have on this subject." Now, where most candidates go wrong is that the interviewer asks a question to them and they start responding to it straight away without calling it out that the knowledge they have on the subject is incomplete. And because you did not call this thing out before beginning to respond to the question, the interviewer gets a sign that you're trying to act smart in front of them. And you know it better that once your interviewer gets this feeling, they start counter-questioning you and grill you even further. On the other hand, when you tell them that you don't have the complete answer to the question, the interviewer respects your honesty and even tries to complete your knowledge by contributing to the answer you just gave them. Don't just straight away say to your interviewer that you don't know the answer to the question asked, which shows that you don't know and you are completely shameless about it. Think over it for a few seconds. Play the timer back in your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you respond. It does not really matter whether you say sorry, I don't know the answer to this now or a few seconds later. At least you would have tried in the latter case. And you never know, simply giving a try might bring out something interesting. And if the answer does not come to your mind even after giving a considered thought to it, then simply tell your interviewer about it rather than looking at the ceiling, or looking down at the floor, biting your lip, or clenching your fist, or touching your forehead, or scratching your head, or touching your neck, or biting your nails, or pausing ambiguously. Instead of embarrassing yourself by doing all this, simply look into the eyes of your interviewer and tell them that you don't know. But make sure that you sound humble as you say that. Now let's try to look at a few examples. I am sorry, I don't think that I know the answer to this. That's a really good question. However, I don't think that I know the right answer to this. I'm certainly going to read more on this after this interview. I think I've read about it, but I don't really have the answer to this at the top of my head. Do you mind if we go ahead with the interview for now and get back to this later? So, the next time you get stumped in an interview, simply take deep breaths, do not panic, and remind yourself that you're still alive and the world is not coming to an end. Try to follow the tips I suggested in this video and try to put your best foot forward even in situations which make you feel tense. With this, I wish you good luck. Go ahead and conquer your dream job interview.